Welcome to the Six Hockey.
Garrett scores!
Welcome back to the Six Hockey Podcast. Matthew, Jared, Griffin, and on today's episode, a very special episode, guys, we are doing a blind jersey ranking of Gthl U16 teams. There are about 12 teams. We only included 6 because obviously, you know, we got to make sure these two don't know which teams are included.
Got to make it a challenge.
Gotta
Yeah,
make it a
exactly.
challenge.
A blind ranking.
You include all 12, then they're just going to know. They're basically going to make the ranking in their head. So we mixed it up. Try and make it hard for them. I will give them 6 teams they don't know that I randomly selected out of the 12, and they will have to blind rank them. And then at the end, we'll see if you guys did a good job, or if everyone watching this says, look at these idiots. What do they know about jerseys and stuff?
Probably going to be the second one.
Probably the second one.
Most likely.
And I'm excited for that because right now I'm hosting, so I don't have the pressure.
Yes.
But we have our nice little whiteboard here. Jersey rankings.
Credits to
Credits
Griffin
to
himself.
Griffin with the handwriting. It's very nice. As
Got
you
an
can see.
A+
6.
in grade 6 art.
Very
Just
spiffy.
let
There
guys
you
know.
go. Very spiffy.
there.
And so,
Some
yeah,
flex.
are you guys excited?
I'm very excited, honestly. I feel like me and Jared are going to have, we talked about it a bit earlier, some conflicting opinions, but we're going to
Yes.
come out with a great top 6.
I'm pretty opinionated when it comes to jerseys, whether it's, NHL, AHL, now we're talking about the GTHL. I got my takes about jerseys, so I think we're going to absolutely destroy this. I'm not worried whatsoever.
Okay.
Here we go.
This should
Here
be a
we
good
go.
one. So we should begin with the first team out of the blue, just a random team, like I said, and I am going to go with the Mississauga Sens. The Mississauga Senators.
I feel like this is pretty, I feel like that's not really a challenge for us, Matt.
Not even close.
We've had a look at this team's jersey. We're looking at it on our computers now. We'll take a look at it as well on the broadcast. But the Sens jerseys, they're just too simple and just too much lettering in the front, honestly.
Too much.
Jared.
I mean, the fact that you have to specify that you're a AAA team in your jersey, it's like tell us something I don't know. We know you're in the GTHL. We know you're a AAA team. You didn't need to tell us that. I know their jersey design is based on obviously the Ottawa Senators, but they took out the one cool part of the Ottawa Senators, which is their logo. They just have a word mark, and it's an ugly word mark, I'll say that. It's not nice. It's basically just a black jersey with a little bit of red striping. I'm locking it in at last place.
I could see it when this team, the picture we're looking at now is from a team that won the OHL Cup a few years back, and I look at it and it's not a bad jersey. I could see it looking nice,
Not
but
great.
I feel like the lettering just makes it not stand out, and you're right, there's just no creativity at all.
Yeah, that's-
Matty Ice, there's no creativity.
I have to agree. I'm not a big fan of the lettering for logo type of style.
Yeah.
I love a good logo, something creative.
Yep,
You
sucker
put
for a
letters
good
on a
logo.
jersey, you kind of lose me right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I have to agree. So you guys believe that there are no worse jerseys out of the 6
Dead
available
last.
right now? You guys are putting it dead last?
I'm thinking
agree?
of another one, but
Yes.
I'm hoping it's not listed, so I'm gonna. Yes,
I know
I'm gonna
the one
agree.
you're thinking of, and at least it has a logo.
I'm
Yes,
locking it
I'll
in.
agree with
It's
that.
not a nice logo, but at least it has a logo.
You're right.
You guys,
Okay.
It might not.
We'll lock it in.
Lock it in at
Consensus.
6?
Consensus 6.
Oh, my
the
terrible
Mississauga Sens.
handwriting.
I apologize.
Should write the
to all the
Sens here.
boys.
Yeah, that makes
Mississauga's
sense.
spelling bee wouldn't go too well.
That is from Montreal.
From Montreal.
Not the Greater Toronto area. All right, shall we?
All right, the Sens in at 6, locked in.
Bang.
Boom. All right,
Good start.
moving.
I'm confident with that start,
Yeah,
Jared.
last place
I
off the
that.
board, I like
I
that.
think Matt gave us a break there. Let's see what he's got next week.
Let's go with the North York Rangers.
Oh, see, here's where we get
Rangers.
dicey. We'll take a look at it right now.
Very,
North York Rangers,
you know.
very traditional jersey, very
It's the
nice.
New York Rangers.
It is. It's the New York Rangers. I mean, especially that blue, their home
Yep.
jersey. Might it be? That's the OJHL version
Yep.
of it right there, but it's just super nice, pops out. I honestly like it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if the top 3.
I like just outside of the top 3. Maybe even
I would
like
agree with that.
3 to 4 range is fair.
I think I go 4 for this, Jared. What
That's
do you think?
crazy. You know what's
Okay,
crazy is where would you rank the actual Rangers jersey?
I actually did. I did this very recently
maybe
on
I've
my
been-
TikTok. I had them 11th place. I had them just outside of the top 10.
Really?
Would you have them inside the top 10?
I would have New York Rangers inside the top 10. Yes. in
But out
jerseys.
of a list of 6, you have them on the outside at 4?
I would have because I'm hoping that there's
Okay.
different
You're hoping-
teams,
I-
and this
I'll-
and the NHL or sorry, pardon me, the GTHL has different
Yes.
jerseys than a few different jerseys
Yes.
that the NHL doesn't have.
Yep.
So I do we're gonna see what you picked for us, Matt. But Jared, go ahead.
I will tell you that we were just talking about wordmark jerseys, and you were the biggest critic of wordmark jerseys, but you're obviously praising
Yeah, I know.
this one.
It's a nice jersey. It's classic.
It's classic. It's iconic. It's one of the most iconic NHL designs. There's no surprise why they transferred it over into a GTHL design. Again, I could live with the 3 to 4 range. I think it is very iconic, but I don't traditionally like word mark jerseys. As I kind of stated, I like a logo. I think a logo's clean, a logo's classic. It's nice to me, but it doesn't stand out above the rest. So yeah, like if you're really confident on 4, I could live with 4. I would probably personally give it my 3 spot. But are you?
You're gonna give it a 3.
Are you dead set on
I'm
4?
okay with ranking it higher. I'm okay with ranking it higher. So let's go 3.
3
spot.
We're locked in.
I
on
thought
3?
you were gonna want it lower. So based on what you're
Listen,
saying,
I
so
don't,
that's fine.
I don't
I'm
love
fine
it,
with
love
that
it, but
3.
I think I could. The 3 to 4 range I could live with. It's not ugly. It's just like doesn't stand out
You're
above
right.
the rest.
You're right, but it's classic, and that's why it's
Yeah.
getting the 3 spot. All right, there you have it, folks.
You know, you are right about the lettering. I will say, if the Habs jersey had no logo and lettering, it still would be one of the nicest jerseys in the NHL.
I cannot
So I
believe you
think
just
the
brought up the Habs.
colors, I think the colors for the North York Rangers helps a lot, even though they got Rangers. First of all, not diagonally,
Just a little bit
add a little
different. Yep.
spice, add a little look there. But the blue and red and white does a lot for it. I think
One of the nicest colors.
Number
in the
3.
NHL.
I don't know how the Habs got mixed into that conversation.
Well-
We're not even talking about the Junior Canadians, folks, but
That's my gift. Eh?
That is
Somehow
Matt's
I'm
gift.
always able to rope them in somehow.
That's crazy.
The
Okay.
North York Rangers placed at number
like that.
3.
Two,
I think
good
I'm
start. Good
confident
start,
on
Jared.
that.
Good start. All right, moving on. Let's go with the Vaughan Kings.
Okay.
It's a remake of an uglier NHL jersey. Obviously, the LA Kings.
Yeah.
I didn't even like that NHL design. They obviously the Kings did it in the NHL did a rebrand this year because of, in my opinion, how ugly that former uniform was. Obviously, it's the uniform they want to cup in, but like
That's what I picture when I picture this team. That's why I feel like I like it a little bit, but I hear what you're saying. When you look at it just as a picture and don't associate it with the LA Kings, like that dominance, I don't think it's that nice.
to me, if you want to do a team like the Kings, you do a crown. I hate when teams, and the Florida Panthers do it as well, where it's like they do a shield and then have their logo into a shield. I don't think that's a nice design. Beyond the logo itself, I don't even like the jersey design. Like, I hate the sleeves. I hate how they have that thin white band going down and then it matches with the other armband in the middle. I don't even know how to describe it, but to me, it does not sit right with me. You look at it from far, it's just a plain black jersey, and if you look closer at the details, it does have some details, but they're not very aesthetically pleasing or nice. I might even go with this one at my number 5 spot.
5 spot? See, I'm worried. I'm worried that there's going to be a worse team than this.
4
The
might be a
simplicity,
safer pick.
I think 4 is a safer pick. If you're all right with that, I hear what you're saying. Listen, it does nothing for me either. Especially, again, we've seen some good Vaughan Kings teams too in the past. Especially last year, they lost in the OHL Cup final. But when they're a great team, it's definitely a very nice jersey. But just looking at it,
Is it though?
by itself,
It's a great.
I mean, they look good.
It's
They
a
look
great
good at the
team.
OHL
They
Cup.
look
No,
good. They look good.
they look good
They
at
look
the
good
OHL
when they're
Cup.
playing. I don't know if the jersey itself is what makes them stand out.
I hear
though.
it. Yes.
Hey,
No.
look good, play good. Clearly, they thought they looked good.
They did, and they actually wore their 3rd jerseys.
I personally
but
don't think they looked good.
You know what?
Actually,
They
at
wore
all.
their 3rd jerseys for the OHL Cup, so that might tell you. Why might tell you why the main ones
themselves-
aren't that good.
the team
so that might
themselves,
be
they're
my
not-
point
they're
right
not-
there. I like that. Number 5. I think we're going to
5?
stick on the 5 spot
Number
just for
five
that.
and number
They
5?
played in the OHL Cup final. They didn't even wear the jersey.
Yeah, they abandoned it. They're not sold on
I didn't
that
even
jersey.
put that together. That's funny.
They're not
Okay.
sold on it, but they expect the fans to be sold on it. No question.
That's crazy.
Vaughan Kings
All
number
right.
5.
Okay,
Don't-
that's a
Please
decent.
don't judge my handwriting too much.
So now we
think it's
gotta.
great.
We kind of left ourselves though, like
All right, so you got
like we're
1,
hoping there's
2,
guys at the
and
top.
4.
4
Now
would
you
have
guys
probably
are
been the
hoping.
safer pick in hindsight, but we locked in 5.
You're hoping that there are some really nice jerseys on this list.
There
There
better
could be
be.
6, bottom end jerseys, and they might end up as number 1.
Oh,
We'll see how.
we-
But moving on, let's go with the Don Mills Flyers. Or
I had a feeling
Philadelphia
you were
Okay.
going
Flyers.
We were waiting for that one. We were waiting for that
Yeah.
one a bit.
I felt like it was the right time.
Yes, Don Mills, they're the top. They're the top of the league this year in the U16 age group. Good team. We've seen a bunch of good teams in the past. We talked about that earlier. Pretty classic jersey.
Yep, absolutely. In my opinion, it's actually nicer than the NHL version.
Really?
I don't like the all orange, especially the NHL team transitioned away from they call it like the pylon orange. They've moved away from that into a more burnt orange, and it's kind of like a darker orange. And I think it's super ugly. I think the fact that the Don Mills Flyers use black as their primary color and their side colors are orange, I think it really stands out. It really pops on the ice. I don't know if I'd go with my 1, but I do think it's a really nice design. Obviously, the logo, you can't compete with it. It's the Philadelphia Flyers logo. But the main thing that actually makes it stand out for me, it's the striping, it's the overall designs. I like the orange shoulders. I like the way the orange kind of pops around that logo. What do we have available? We have
have 1, 2, and 4
1,
One,
available.
2, and 4, which
Like, to
I think
me,
does leave us room.
I think 2 would be a safe spot.
I think so too. You're right. It's a classic jersey. This team, black or white jerseys, they're very nice. It's simple, but you're right. The lines all over the jersey give it a little extra pop, especially for that Flyers logo, which is so iconic.
And whereas
Matthew Smith.
you contrast it with like the North York Rangers that literally did a direct copy of the New York Rangers jersey.
Yes.
I like the fact that Don Mills it's obviously what it's taking inspiration from, but it's not a direct carbon copy from their NHL affiliate, or not affiliate, but NHL team that they were kind of inspired by. It's a little bit different. They took that design and did something creative with it. And I do think they get some bonus points for that, some creativity points.
I do just think when I look at the teams, as we look at the teams in the standings, like I could name probably 3 jerseys that I like better than that. That's why I'm worried. But I think I'll have to agree with you. I think it's better than the North York Rangers. So I think we have to put it at 2. I think we have to put it at 2.
Maybe in hindsight we should have gone with North York at 4, but
Hey, that's the whole part of the game now.
That's a part of the game. Blind ranking is a cruel game.
I will say I do agree with you, Jared. I think the orange is just everyone knows it, and that's why people are like, oh, you can't dismiss the orange. It's been around it, and that's why people are so they defend it so much.
Yep.
I do like the black mane and the orange on the shoulder pads and sleeve a little. I do like that color combo better, and they have done that before. The NHL teams,
Yes.
you see that with the alternate jerseys. They go black centric. So
Even they got numbers on the sides.
yeah,
Too.
Yep.
it's a good jersey. So number 2, Don Mills
Okay.
Flyers.
So we got 2 picks or 3
We
picks
got
left?
2 picks left.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. So we need a heater, ladies and gentlemen. Then we need something that just is mid.
All right.
It is extremely
your
mid.
next team, the Junior Canadians.
Of course.
I didn't pick them.
Ooh, what a
I
guess,
didn't
man.
pick them. They made it in the selection.
Unbelievable.
Randomly
It's
generated.
rigged. It's
Dangerous.
rigged, ladies and gentlemen.
The dangerous game is the fact that now we're.
Now you're gonna put
It's
them-
not number 1.
I
but how
don't
do
think
we
it's number
leave
1.
As our final spot
I
available
am
is number
perfectly
1?
fine putting this at what?
Listen,
at 4.
It's
4.
a fair pick.
I'm
at
fine
4.
with putting it at 4.
It's not as nice as the North York Rangers. It's not as nice as the Don Mills Flyers.
It's
my
nice,
my
but-
one concern is that the final team, and we have it could be any other
Any team.
team. No, it's going in the number 1 spot, and I do think that's a little bit of a risky game to play.
I did this on purpose. I will say, I did this on purpose.
So you you just gave us the order. You put this one in second
Well, I
last.
was random, but I wanted you to have this decision. Will you put them 1, or do you think there's a better jersey coming?
And that's what it comes down to
We
in this game.
Can't put it 1.
Realistically, are
Talk
you
to
guys
me about
okay?
it. Talk to me about the jerseys.
So listen, I don't think we've seen a lot of bad jerseys.
Yeah, I
in
agree
this.
with that.
I don't think we've seen a lot of bad
Other
jerseys.
than the
So I think a
but-
bad jersey coming in the second round, or when I say bad, a less creatively designed jersey.
You guys
I
are
think
throwing some teams under the.
I think we could. I'm sorry, guys. It's all just the jersey design. It's not your fault. It's the league or it's the team. But you guys make them
The
look good.
designer, we're sewering you.
Anyway, but I'm worried that we haven't seen a lot of ugly jerseys
And you
or,
think-
or,
you
or
think
ugly
he's
enough
safe-
jerseys.
think he's
And I
making up
think
one?
Matty Ice putting like him just Easter egg in Montreal in there and getting JRC second last. I
he
think it's
wants
coming,
us to
folks.
throw it
And I'm
1.
sniffing it out. I'm calling bluff. I think we should rank it.
Rank it 1?
Rank it 1.
It's
it 1.
not. It's not the nicest
listen,
jersey.
It's not the nicest jersey, though, so it's a fail regardless. So it's either we put it
What's
at 4.
not nice about? Can I wait? Why is it not?
No,
nice?
I think it's
Is
nice.
it
It's
the
I
logo?
think
nice.
nice.
It's not the nicest in the entire.
I think
I
it's
will
top.
say it is. It's a copy paste of the Habs jersey.
Yeah,
it is,
Which
but it's
obviously,
nice.
as you know,
It-
is the nicest jersey in the NHL.
Nicest
So-
is a big word. I put it number 5 in my NHL jersey rankings.
Crazy.
Number 5. All right. Anyway,
So okay, so wait.
A Leafs fan putting it in the top 10. I think that's a miracle.
Where do you have
as
the
it
Leafs?
is.
Okay.
Leafs at 4.
okay, so right above that.
I-
of course.
Coyotes, Kachino is 3.
I agree with that too. I agree with that too. I think the Habs, it's iconic, obviously, but like me personally.
Oh, but you agree that
but
2004
I
Toronto
personally,
Maple Leaf designed that.
I personally wouldn't be caught dead.
I don't like the Marlboros one either.
So Junior Canadians 1.
No. I don't know. I don't know,
It's
Jared.
better than
I
Sens
feel
and the
more-
Vaughan Kings, but it's not as nice as the North.
I think
See,
regardless,
no,
I think if we put it at 1, we fail. If we put it at 4, we give ourselves a chance. But I think it's a risky chance, and then we could miserably fail.
I agree with that.
That
because
Markham
to be-
Majors at 1 or something like that.
To be honest, like, it is a
Jeez.
fair pick. Maybe in hindsight, I would flip it with the North York Rangers, but I don't think it's as nice as the Don Mills Flyers, and I think the 3 to 4 range is fair. So I actually agree with Junior Canadians being at 4.
It's just does it
I-
screw or does it?
Listen, it very well
Kill
could,
us for the game.
but I think we should have like the more accurate pick would be
All right.
4, and then we kind of go with the gamble.
4.
We're going
Me
with
and
4.
Jared
I
can
think.
agree on that. I'm okay. Let's
We're-
do
we're
it.
locking in 4.
Oh jeez.
Junior
Yeah, let's see.
Canadians. at 4, leaving your number one
Blanc
spot.
Rouge.
This is the risky one.
And your number one spot.
We don't even have to debate
the
this.
team fill in for your number one spot, gentlemen,
It's a moment of if we lost or won.
is the Toronto Young Nationals is your number one jersey. How do you think? How do you feel about that?
I don't feel great.
I don't feel great
I'll
either.
tell you,
I
it's
feel like
not-
that's a
it's
fail.
not a bad jersey.
I didn't
it's
expect
just
you to
not
toss
number
that.
one.
I didn't expect that to be tossed in.
I
Honestly,
didn't
I thought
expect
it
either.
would be other.
Listen,
That's a good pick. That's honestly a good one to end on. So if we put the
Now-
Junior Canadians at 1, I feel like we have a pretty good list.
We would have been better doing
So that's why I'm going out. So you have your list. How do you feel about? I'll show you guys. How do you feel about your list?
So let's
What-
go over it again.
From
So-
2 to 6, I feel
From
solid.
1, you got the Toronto Young Nationals.
Like that, it's
Obviously,
not
they didn't
nice.
have a choice in that because it's number 1 was their last selection. Don Mills Flyers number 2, North York Rangers 3, Junior Canadians 4, Vaughan Kings 5, and the Mississauga Sens at 6. Where do the changes come in place now? If you had to make the perfect list out of these 6 teams, on the right here I have your 6 selections.
Okay, that's
If you
what
were
I
to
like.
make a new team, new list, would you change anything? Obviously, you
Yes,
would.
yes.
Who would
Okay,
be your number 1?
probably Don Mills.
Don Mills, I
Don
agree with.
Mills. And then who would be
Don Mills.
I'd probably go
1.
North York 2 or Junior Canadians, maybe 2. Junior Canadians or North York would be my.
Honestly, based on how they look when they play, Junior Canadians are honestly nicer
Okay,
in
okay,
person.
Junior Canadians
I have
2.
to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with North York.
North stays at 3, so
North
you
York
guys
3.
got that nail in the coffin right there. North York Rangers at 3.
Okay.
Number 4, you have Junior Canadians. They're at number 2 now. So who takes your number 4 slot? You have Toronto Young Nationals available, Vaughan Kings, Sens.
So then I
Actually-
think you go Nats,
Nats?
Kings, Sens. What do
I
you
agree.
think?
I agree with that.
Because
Well,
the Nats jerseys, like you said, we talked about it a bit earlier. The all red are very nice. Like just when
The
you see that
logo
all
itself
red.
is cool as well. I really
Yeah.
do like the logo. Obviously, it's basically like an old school Leafs
And you have
jersey.
Yeah,
Kings at
in red.
5 and Sens at 6.
Yes.
All red buckets. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. The Toronto Red Wings definitely have a nicer all red jersey,
Yep.
like a jersey fit or whatever you want to call it. But I'm okay with the Toronto Young Nats being our
Yeah.
4 spot over the Kings. I would still agree with that.
We haven't really gone into depth on the Nats jersey, so very quickly,
No.
what I'll say
Yeah.
is all red, like the logo. What I don't like, and my one main flaw of this jersey, is for whatever reason they just have this black strip that just goes under the sleeve. I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it was needed, and it does not look very aesthetically pleasing. Like I actually think it takes away from how nice this jersey was. If it was just an overall clean red jersey, to me that stands out and looks nicer than just a weird unnecessary stripe under the sleeve that kind of throws
But they
me
probably
off.
thought to themselves, we need to add something.
They definitely
Maybe
did, 'cause
all red
it-
is just too
It would look
much.
exactly like the
Simple.
Toronto Red Wings.
You're right
And they've
about
been around
that.
for a
That's
long
true.
time.
But there are
right?
other things they could have added that weren't just a thin vertical black stripe. Like they could have done some kind of horizontal striping or something
Kind of
along
like the
those.
Detroit, like
Whether it's a
alternate jerseys
band or
whatever.
something
Yes.
like that. Like I think to me a vertical line always throws me off on a jersey.
Because
I-
what this jersey reminds me of, this all red stuff, kind of reminds me of the Dallas Stars type of jersey.
Really?
I'm not a fan of like.
I don't necessarily
I'm
see
not a fan
that
of ju-
comparison.
No, well, I'm just saying it. If you take the stripe away and it's all red, right? It's basically the Dallas Stars. It's like it's all green. You have
And
the
a
logo,
bit of black and white.
bit of black, but it's like
Dallas
mostly
Stars
it's
have
all
like the
green.
Chicago Blackhawks like white and black band at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah, that's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, but
Like this on the pants, like,
kind of at the
Yeah.
pants.
and then because they
area.
use it on the socks too. That's why they tossed that black in. But you're right, they could have tossed it in a bit better instead of.
Well, I think that exactly what they have on the socks here. I think they could have taken that same pattern and thrown that into the bottom.
Yes.
Just like a black.
It definitely needs a bottom of the jersey because I don't like just all red with nothing at the bottom there.
Yeah.
I don't like that one bit.
I don't know.
That's why you need those two.
You need the
lines.
bands, kind of
You
like,
need those bands.
the Canadians. Or, no, I'm kidding.
Some may say.
Some may say. You guys
Just
have
kidding,
heard the
folks.
conversations.
I'm joking. I'm
So
joking.
at the end, the list you guys made: Toronto Young Nationals 1, Don Mills Flyers 2, North York Rangers 3, the Junior Canadians at 4, Vaughan Kings at 5, Mississauga Sens at 6. Your updated one, you put Don Mills Flyers
3
at
for
1,
6.
Junior
Got half of them
Canadians at
perfect.
2, North York Rangers at 3, Young Nats at 4, and you keep the Kings and Sens in the same place.
Can't be mad at that.
You guys
Yeah,
are
we
pretty happy
went
with your
3
list?
for 6.
So 3 for 6, 50%, Jared. Hell yeah.
Hey, I did
Like, that's
quite
pretty
well.
good. I'm okay with that.
For those watching at home, do you agree with their rankings? What would you change if you had the same teams and stuff like that? And then why don't you go ahead, leave a comment, and you can actually just give us your actual ranking of your favorite jerseys, favorite to least favorite. And yeah, and then we'll get back to you and see.
Talk about it more. This could be the first of many
engagement,
installments.
you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so we'll see if we agree with you or not, and stuff like that. But yeah, fellas, happy with your list, yeah.
3 for 6, can't be mad. 50%.
I think I feel pretty good.
If I'm shooting 50% like from the 3-point line, I'm okay with that.
All right, well, that's
Free
fair.
throw line, that's a problem.
The Six Hockey, Matt, Jared, Griffin on this edition of a jersey draft in the GTHL U16 League. This has been a fun episode, and we thank you for tuning in and staying with us and watching along. And if you're on TikTok, hello, seeing some of the little clips, YouTube, hello, and Instagram, hello. And we will see you guys in another episode coming soon as usual. This has been fun. Thank you for tuning in into the Six Hockey Podcast. We'll see you later.